Very generic, but how would you just assess the offensive line's play today?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you're going backwards, holding calls, things of that nature, that doesn't really give the offense a chance to succeed, in this game against a good team, especially. You can't have negative plays. You can't be detracting from that, the percentages of, touchdown drives especially plummet when, you give up a sack, you give up a penalty. So definitely has to be better. We know that. And, coming out, that's going to be probably the biggest thing that we work on.
Let's go next to Adam Teicher. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Mitch, how much from what you saw from the Raiders in their fronts, how much of that was new that you had not seen from them before?
It was all, relatively normal. I think they, just kind of played their defense. They obviously did a good job of it, containing us there, especially in the second half. And, we just need to make plays. Going back to the first question, too many penalties, too many, errors on our part. And like I said, when you're going up against, a good front and a good defense like that, you're not going to end up with a win.
Let's go next to Nate Taylor. Go ahead, Nate.
Hey, Mitchell, the strategy for most teams is to be on the field as much as possible with their offense to keep you guys on the sideline. I'm just wondering, in the third quarter, what did you feel like were the biggest things that were the issues, knowing that you're going to have limited possessions when a team is trying to run the clock as much as the Raiders were?
Yeah, I don't know how much that factors into, what we do. I think, our goal is to score touchdowns. If we score them in, 20 total minutes of game time versus 40 minutes, I think as long as we get more than the other team, that's an okay thing. We obviously just didn't, have a rhythm there in the third quarter. We had opportunities on our side. A couple better blocks up front and, Clyde springs free and then all of a sudden we're rolling. So, just got to do better across the board. And, we get a chance to, watch the film and address it and, work at it for this next week because, we got another big one coming up.
Go next to Matt Derrick. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Mitch, I'm just curious what kind of a draining afternoon this was, because it obviously was a hot day and one of those days where it seems like, the offensive line's having to do a lot of moving around. And is there some relief after a game like this that now you're playing next Monday instead of turning around on Thursday night?
Yeah, it's definitely better, body-wise to be able to, get the extra day there. I guess we're coming off a short week too. Kind of all that stuff kind of gets lost in the shuffle these days. But yeah, would have been ready to play Thursday, ready to play Saturday, however it played out. Just would have, had to roll with it. Yeah, it was hot today. I think, that tends to favor offensive lines as the game goes on. Typically, obviously the defensive line is, bringing guys in and, they get a little bit more tired than we do. And so throughout the totality of a game, it definitely starts to favor the offense. So, when it's hot like that, that usually ends up being a good thing in the long term for us.
Got two more. Let's go to Todd Lebo and then Pete Sweeney. Go ahead, Todd.
Hey, Mitch, just what sort of credit should the Raiders get for overall what they did today? The Chiefs have dominated this division so much ever since Coach Reed got here, really. Did they feel like, they had a little something and they were kind of sick of getting kicked around?
Every Raiders game is a big game. They tend to play as tight. The past couple of times it's gotten away late, but, in terms of, looking back on it, we hadn't necessarily played our best game. So we understood, it's a really good team. That's something that, we don't really look at records too much. You kind of just, watch the film and make your own interpretation. And we knew a good team was coming to town. We always know Raiders Week is a huge one. We know that, obviously they're vying for the AFC West title as well. So, I think we got what we expected. Obviously at the end of the day, they played a better game than we did. And, we got to clean up some things from it.
We'll go last to Pete Sweeney. Go ahead, Pete.
Which I know offensive line play has just so much to do with rapport and chemistry and all that. How much and in what ways did you feel like losing Kelechi early might have impacted the whole line's play today?
Yeah, possibly. Conversely, Mike came in and played pretty well against the Ravens, and we had a good game there. So, I like to think it doesn't have too big of an effect. We have some quality guys who can come in and play ball for us. So, that's good. The communication was good. I don't think we had any, cutting guys loose or things of that nature. So, credit to obviously Brett Veach, Coach Reed for bringing guys in, and then Coach Heck, he always has guys ready for injuries. It's pretty inevitable, especially on the offensive line. And seems like year after year he's had, good guys to plug in.